Namo Phat, good morning. Thank you for joining me for our daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This beautiful sound calls us back to our true home. The third mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to cultivate responsibility and learn ways to protect the safety and integrity of individuals, couples, families, and society. I'm determined not to engage in sexual relations without love and a long-term commitment. To preserve the happiness of myself and others, I'm determined to respect my commitments and the commitments of others. I will do everything in my power to protect children from sexual abuse and to prevent couples and families from being broken by sexual misconduct. Today we're reading the Kanti Parami by Longpo Pasano from beginning our day by the monastics of Abhayagiri Monastery. It is helpful to contemplate how to use Kanti, patience, in our daily practice, and how we can cultivate it as a mental attitude during meditation. Patience is an underrated parami, and considered in different ways, sometimes even misinterpreted. I remember Virapanyo Bhikkhu disparaging himself, saying, "I just don't have any paramis of wisdom, meditation, loving kindness, or anything like that. But at least I can just put up with this. I can build some Kanti parami." His attitude reminded me of the depressed but lovable donkey Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. Kanti is actually a proactive engaging with experience in a way that's not getting caught up in or swayed by the reactions and impulses of either liking or disliking, or of desire and aversion. It has an enduring quality to it. One of the phrases the Buddha uses to describe the impulses of mind is avijja domanassa, desire and aversion, or a gladness-sadness type of impulse. We can try to have an enduring and patient attitude toward that so we're not reactive. When we're not reactive, then desire and aversion, liking and disliking, go their natural way and cease. So, when we're engaged in some sort of interaction, whether it's pleasant or unpleasant, the mind isn't getting swept up in it. Similarly, when we're engaged in some kind of task, chore, or duty, and we have been cultivating patience, then what comes to mind is a kind of gravitas, a sense of weight, ballast, or anchor in the mind that isn't pulled around. I've never come across a satisfying translation of Kanti. Patient endurance doesn't quite get it. In general, I think it's important to reflect on it in terms of how it manifests for us. How do I turn the mind toward a quality that isn't swayed, pushed, or pulled? It's a willingness to be present with experience, and especially important in meditation. When any of the 5 hindrances come up, they feel quite compelling and true as moods. We attempt to have an enduring quality of mind that is present with the hindrances and attends to them as they follow their natural cycle, arising, persisting, and ceasing. They come into being and pass away. One of the functions of patience is to help us refrain from feeding our defilements. When we're not feeding or nourishing our reactive moods, then there's a real steadiness there. With Kanti present, we're not trying to manipulate conditions around us so that they suit our preferences or to manipulate people to make them pleasing to be around. Neither worldly conditions nor people are going to fulfill our preferences or desires. But when we have Kanti to receive our experiences, then we're not shaken by them. As part of the ethos and flavor of Ajahn Chah's training, The development of the Kanti Parami was strongly encouraged so we would have a good, solid foundation in our practice, a foundation that helped to steady us despite the changing circumstances and conditions of our lives. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you for joining me today.